I cannot fucking stand that. Like, I'm a huge metalhead for life, basically. Love and I cannot stand when that is pandered to, like, "We're this worldwide, like, brotherhood." Shut the fuck up. Like, no, I'm not in your stupid I mean, I c most likely, if somebody loves heavy metal, there's something grounds we can relate on, but this whole idea where it's almost like this, like, nationality or this tribe just I dude, that drives me crazy. I'm like, "Fuck that shit." And so many bands talk that way, and they're like, "Oh, we got the bullet bill." I never looked the part. I wore a lot of T-shirts, but I never got the you could if I wasn't wearing a T-shirt, you couldn't look at me and go, "Oh, he loves that style of music," you know? And that's kind of the way I want it, you know what I mean? Like, I don't need to signal to the world that I'm a member of this group. It just feels oppressive to me to have to do that. So, I guess I'm like a snob. I'm like I'm like a snob inside of a snobby, like like an already exclusive group. I'm like a snob inside that group.
Yeah. Um, and I think the people that we were describing earlier, the people who are speak to the temple of hip hop, they're essentially the snobby class. You know what I mean? Um, I think they're coming from an honest place. I think they're coming from a very real place, but they don't realize this is another tangent. But I don't know. Have you seen Landman yet?
No, never even heard of it.
Landman's a great show. Great show. Love the show. Um, big show. It's about Billy Bob Thornton.
Mm,
He plays this sort of this get shit done guy for an oil company, a middle class oil company in Texas, and
okay,
he is a landman. So he is handling his day to day is basically handling the problems that arise when you run an oil company. You're dealing with cartels, you're dealing with local government, you're trying to make the next deal. You're trying to like get through the day. Love the show. Fantastic.
oh, sounds great.
He's great in it. John Hamm's great in it. It's
Sounds like a rich premise.
yeah, very rich premise, and and um I really enjoyed it. I just finished the season. It's coming back later in the year. Big hit. And one of the things that really pissed off a lot of people, uh, you know, um, especially people who are anti fossil fuels, is that Billy Bob Thornton goes off on this rant about how you can't be anti fossil fuels, where that that it's in everything. It's in anything that's not that's not like an animal fiber. Every piece of clothes you wear that's not an animal fiber, and even some that are, has fossil fuels in it. It's in on the roads, in the cars. It's the entire infrastructure. It's all fossil fuels.
Why would this
And
piss people off though? Because the show is not asking you to get behind.
well, they work for an oil company, and like there's a couple, part of the great part of it is Billy Bob Thornton chewing scenery, and at one point he's like ranting at a lawyer. They like there's like the problem with our oil based infrastructure is that isn't the oil itself or the byproducts or fracking coming up with an earthquake. It's the fact that we're going to run out of it before we find something to replace it.
Right, but I mean, I don't understand. I mean, I guess I do understand because people who complain about these things are very, again, they want the world nerfed for them, right? They don't even want to hear on a fictional show
Hmm.
an
A fictional
argument present.
character giving their
Right,
their point of view
right,
is
right.
insulting.
Wow.
Right, right. I come to say this to build on what you were describing, because hip hop is kind of like petroleum in that it is
Mm,
in everything,
mm.
and it's sort of in some ways replaced rock in that way. where everything was laced with it. Now everything is kind of laced with hip hop, and I think that residue is sort of going away because everything's flat. So we don't have anything to replace it. There's not that next thing. I know that there's been a lot of Latin big hits in recent years, and that's sort of become something that's become, a big thing. K-pop is a little, but
But
there's not.
even those have hip hop laced in them in their DNA now.